Hello everyone. Today we look at a video on updating of contracts in the Dhareeba portal. There are two kinds of contracts. One can be related to purchases and the other will be related to sales. Both have to be updated. There is a correlation of this Dhareeba procedure with the income tax law. If you go through Article 37 of the Executive Regulation of the Income Tax Law, when we say the Income Tax Law, it is Law number 24 of 2018. It gives a broad guideline on what types of contracts which has to be updated. If it is a service contract, any contract 200,000 and above has to be updated. And if it is it's a supply or a construction contract, it has a threshold of 500,000. But if you go through the Dhareeba guideline, it does not talk about the threshold. The threshold will be applicable only when we deal with non-residents. You can see that we have extracted a sheet from Dhareeba general guidelines on who should make contract declaration. So in here, according to the Dhareeba guideline, it is saying that any contract concluded with non-residents having no permanent establishment Qatar, all the contracts should be updated irrespective of their value. But the threshold will be applicable for residents or non-residents who have a permanent establishment. So I hope that distinction is clear here. But if there are any further updates from Dhareeba, we will update you. But currently, let's look at service contracts above 200,000 and supply contracts in excess of 500,000. So often people ask us what about a purchase when we import goods? According to our interpretation, any imports from outside Qatar or local trading, it's not a contract, as it is only a LPO related transaction. It's a local purchase order or an international purchase order. So when we talk about a contract, it will have a start date and an end date, or an open-ended contract. So according to the bottom line is our interpretation is that let's stick to any contract that has a start date and an end date. All the contracts have to be uploaded in the Dhareeba portal within 30 days of signing of such contracts by both parties. We look at a detailed procedure on completing a contract shortly. A failure to upload such contracts will attract 10,000 Real penalty currently per contract. And there will be further penalties coming from 30th April 2021. So now let's go and understand on how to upload a contract. This is our Dhareeba portal. You will see there are two. Are you declaring contract as a payer or as a payee? A payer relates to a supplier and a payer relates to a customer. So in our case, we are taking a supplier contract. So let's go take a payee. So the first thing to do is to put the contract reference. Almost every contract will have a reference, and there is a column where you need to upload the contract also. So what is our contract? It's an office rent. And it is not part of an existing contract. And we need to put what is the annual contract, the signing date, the start date and the end date. Let's continue to the next step, where we have to give additional information relating to the contract. Here we are summarizing. Before we go, let's upload a contract. We have now uploaded the signed agreement. So here we are giving short descriptions of the contract. We are summarizing the details of the contract. Substantive conditions are a summary of the contract. Let's fill this up quickly. Once we complete the additional information, we reach a critical stage. Here we have to give the details of our supplier. There can be four kinds of suppliers if you go through the Dhareeba guideline. One is a resident individual, a resident non-individual, a non-resident individual, and a non-resident non-individual. When we say non-individual, it could be a company. So here you have multiple options. Here you can give passport, a Qatar identification number, TIN number in your country, registered ID in your country, and establishment card. So you have to speak to your supplier in order to obtain all this information. So if the contractor is based in Doha, it's easy. You can have that. You can obtain his TIN number. The TIN number refers to the tax identification number, which is available for all the parties registered in Dhareeba. So you can. Let's put TIN number. This is a Qatar-based entity, so we'll put their TIN number. And now we fill up all the information related to the party. So now we have completed all the process. This is if there are any additional notes or anything to be provided. A summary is generated automatically, and once we declare, a registration will come automatically in a notification will be automatically generated. So with this, one contract has been completed. At any point, for every contract, the same procedures have to be repeated. The completion of contracts is a self-declaration process. But we are here to help you. If you need any further information, you can contact our office. I hope all of you take the time and understanding this process so that nobody accrues any penalty.